Well, hello again, stained glass people. I like to call you stained glass peeps. I don't know, that just sounds good. uh, Knuckleheads, there you go. Today, I'm going to do a real, hopefully, easy to understand, quick video. Maybe long, I'm going to try to keep it quick. On using a Macintosh computer, Apple desktop, and the applications or programs will be Pages app and Pixelmator. I'm going to start with the Pages app, and today we're going to learn quick basic shape uh, instruction, how to create shapes. And for this I'm going to use Christmas ornaments. It's very simple to do, straightforward, and very simple. Actually, the uh, the amount of brain juice you got to use is very limited. So hopefully it'll help somebody. I mean, it takes a while to get used to it, but not really. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you like using a Apple computer, which I do, clearly I have been using for many years, the interface is such that it's designed to be simple. I mean, it's from Apple's early days of using their computers in schools and what have you. It's pretty straightforward and powerful. That's another thing. Apple has the drawing capabilities and storage and moving things on the fly. It really does play into this. I'm not going to put down PCs and all that, but if you have a Mac, you know what I'm talking about. Without any more delay, we're going to go ahead and open up our Pages app. Just open up Pages app. My apologies. I clicked the bottom. I should be clicking the software. Okay. Here, what you want to do in Pages, you launch Pages, and you go File, New, and you could choose a template. I just basically go with the blank layout. Alright, you can go Portrait, which is up and high. It's taller than it is wider. This is going to be 8.5 by 11. Or landscape. Landscape limits you in what you can do with it. So I recommend using the portrait and create your elements and then import them into a landscape. But that's further down the road. I'm not going to get too complicated. For this demonstration, we're just going to use the blank layout. Okay, I already have one open, so we don't need to do that. Open a new one, and basically what you see here is what's on a page. If you print this, it's going to be 8.5 by 11. All right, and if you click on the shapes above, you get a lot of options. For teardrops and other items, you could use a set. Let's say it's in here. I used it a long time ago. Let's see, symbols. I know there's a teardrop in here, but I like to use, there it is right here. I like to use my own. What you want to do is, see, this is more of a, this is actually like a actual teardrop. Right? I like to shape things, but if you do have this open, you can easily option mouse click, control click, which is gives you, like I use the right mouse, left mouse. I use the right mouse. You could use the left mouse. And you hit make editable. Alright. This is a really powerful tool for Mac Pages. It's going to allow you to do a lot with line elements. Alright, so you want to do is make that editable. And what it's going to do, it's going to open up a lot of different waypoints. These waypoints allow you to, you could double click it and make it a point or a curve. Double clicking it, see it makes out a straight line to the next one. Excuse me, I'm up early today. So what you could do is you could reshape whatever you got in smaller sections. Basically do whatever you want. Okay, and the good thing about doing all this, if say you wanted to mirror what you just did here, you can easily do that by selecting that. Option click. Every time I mention these are contextual menu. So if you do a left mouse click on your computer, click the right mouse and hold it on that item, on that waypoint. See right here? I use my right mouse. I'm backwards, I'm way backwards, so I find it more comfortable. It fits in my hand better. But you want to do that'll open up your contextual menu. So you want to hit divide path. And what that does, it takes away. Let's see. Let's do no fill here. I'm going to go ahead. So we're going to do a line. What that does, it removes the whole thing. So you can grab half of it. And why I say that is because for symmetry, if you want items to be, if you want your design to have symmetry, if you say, you started working with a shape, say, but I don't need this side. So you hit the divide path. So I don't need that. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to highlight it by clicking once. Divide the path. Alright. And now you have two different items here. And what you want to do here, you can, let's see. When you click off it, get it out of editable mode, it's now in a standard image mode. So you could change things like the proportions. If you hit constrained proportions, it'll keep everything the same size and shape for you. But you can unclick that, which I like using a lot because it gives you more options. And you take your item, you drag it to the center. Right? The center will show up with that red line, as well as the center for the horizontal line. You click that. We say we broke this apart. We want to make editable. We'll work with the left mouse click, or if you double click it, it also makes it editable. All right. We just want to do a single click, and then option. I want to break apart. This tool becomes extremely helpful because it'll break apart and retain the one side that you had made before. You break it apart. Now you have two separate items here. All right, you can take this one, move it out of the way, or in our case, we're going to delete it. All right, here. So yeah, that's a nice shape for a Christmas ornament. But I want to do a little bit more with it. Oop, come on. I say, you know what, I want to, here's another little feature. If see the little red, it's highlighted, and this is a curve. If you double click it, it'll make it straight. So let's just undo that. But also, if you hold down your shift key and select another element, you could grab two at one time. That's a feature not known by many. But what I'm going to do is, because the reason why you do that is because if you try to just click one, it'll pull that out like a, you know, it'll pull it out like this. Well, it's selecting. I deselect it. It'll pull it out like that. Just that one element, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But I'm pretty much trying to get a good shape of half of a Christmas ornament. All right. Hope you're still with me. Now here, you want to select that. All right. Command C, which is the clover leaf. It means copy, or you can go to File or Edit, Copy. See, it's the Command C keystroke. All right. So I'm going to go copy, and then Command V is paste. So now we have two copies of this. All right. You take that, and you go over to the right, and you flip it. What that's going to do now, it's going to give you double of your original. Now you could see that the tops were a little crisscrossed here. You know, we don't want that. So here, you select either one, and you start by dragging it over till it's in the center. So, all right, it's pretty centered. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll delete that. Copy, paste. I do this quick because I do quite a bit of it. All right, this isn't too bad. I had to go over about that much. Delete that. Copy. Paste it. Flip it. There we go. So everything's pretty much lined up in the middle. Now with the small option direction keys on the bottom of your keyboard next to the numbers, up, down, left, and right, you could move it slightly. You could also check the alignment by holding down and moving it. So that's showing me that everything is pretty much lined up. Alright. Now, you want to select both of these. You do that by putting your cursor up here, dragging across and selecting both of them. You want to left mouse click and group them. Alright, now you have your half you made grouped as one item. Alright, and from here, yeah, the grouping is a really powerful tool as well. From here, you could do a lot with it. So we're gonna, let's say, do a Christmas ornament of a bell. All right, and then if you constrain proportions, it'll keep this bell shaped out you know, this same shape. I always like turning that off because it gives me more options. So I could see that I have a little spacing here and spacing here. So what I want to do is ungroup it. You can see I got a space. So what I want to do is select one, just bump it over, and if you pay attention to the corner square, you know, down here, if you click this one and then immediately click this one, you could see that square move over ever so slightly. You see when you click that? So it's telling you they're not lined up. You hit the direction keys on the bottom of the keyboard. You see, you get a little closer. Now we're right on it. So when you click on this square, doesn't move. Same thing with the top. So now we have both of these. You group it. Alright. And we're ready to go. And from here you could also if you want, you can make changes. If you ungroup, you can make changes in the curves, but that's before you group it. You should really get whatever shape you want. And looking at this, I say, you know, this is a little too steep. So what I'm going to do is ungroup it, which is fine. Click this one, double click it, make it editable. I kind of did it quick, so I just want to, you know, clean it up a little bit. What I did is I moved it over, so I got rid of this deep curve here as well. Like say you made a mistake like that. You Command Z. It brings it back to your last thing you did. And if I say, you know, I got too much of a point, you can click off it. Bring it down a little bit. Here's a nice feature. You hit that, hit the delete button. It'll get rid of that strong point on the end. Hit the next one, you delete it. It gets rid of that next section. But I'm not going to do that. So here I got more of a rounded top. I kind of like that. That's alright. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to delete that. Copy, paste it, flip it, and bring it right in. And we're going to line up those squares again. Say, alright, let's see. It's a little tight. Still a little tight. That's good. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll drag across both, and we'll group it again. So I got a little space. That's not a big deal. All right, and then from here you could, you know, change the shape and size of everything. All right. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to work with image layers. On the top of a Christmas ornament, you always have that little metal thing. So what you want to do is you grab a shape, this one right here, and you could change the size and what have you. But what we're going to do is we're going to make this in this style with no fill. You know, we don't want black. You want to hit the border. You got it set at 5. You could bring it down as well here. You could have changed that to a smaller. You know, you're going to send that to the back. There we go. So here we have the top of the ornament, like that. See, it's already centering it. And the reason why you don't want a background right away, so you could see what you're doing. Alright? So here, now we have that selected. We want to give it a fill. I want to give it a color fill. Select white. Alright? And that's now giving you a nice ornament to start with. And from here, you can go ahead and, say, alright, I want to look more like that. And again, drag it in. And, create your ornament. You could also save this whole, what you're doing here, as a template. You could say, save as template. So next time you open up a new document, you could choose this template and then go right to work with a different design for your ornament. Right? Which brings me to the next step. Okay, so a plain shape of an ornament. You can go, just to get yourself in the proper mood here. So you have a circle. Whenever you make a circle that you want to keep as a circle, you constrain the proportions and bring it down, hit the style, no fill, give it a border, just say you wanted to put that at the top. Just scoot it down a little bit. Right? That's going to be your hanger, which is fine. If you make a hanger this size with this piece, you're not going to have issue with the foil pulling. And if you say, you know what, maybe I will, you could scoot it down if you want. This is all up to you, your eye, your perception of how you want this to look. Alright? And honestly, this is a little tall for me. I'm going to scoot it down a little bit. Just taking away too much. Bring that down. Alright. And then from here, we have that. We have the circle to hang it. You can make this look more realistic by dropping it down. And then, being that this has got a color fill, you could send that to the back. See, now it looks like it's behind this piece, which that's for aesthetics when you're doing pattern design. And then like that. What I did is I made this piece line up with the curve here on here, so there wasn't a difficult cut. That's what I did. All right, and then from here, this is basically your new template. You could save it as a template or come back later and copy and paste it, do whatever you want. But from here, we're just going to do a simple line element. I'm going to scoot that up to 4. Right? And then left mouse click, option click, make editable. And when you have the squares on the end, it's going to keep this line straight. All right? But the center will be, it's a circle, telling me that this is a curve. If you want to get rid of that curve, you double click it and it makes it straight. And you can change the angle, perspective, and all the above. So what I did is this angle perspective on a curve doesn't change much because it's just one curve. Alright? And then from here you can continue with this. It's like a banding concept, or just click away from it just to deselect it and grab it like that and say I want it up a little higher. All right. You bring it in. And you always pay attention to the little square, because that's the end, you know, double click. That's the end of your line. Now it's automatically giving me a Bezier curve. That means you can do stuff like this. It's like a gradual curving, a Bezier curve. For better names, it's just a gradual curve toward the end, which is nice. But I'm going to go ahead and Command Z that, because I don't really want that. But I do want another line like this. Instead of creating a new line in the shapes, I'm going to copy this and paste it, bring it down here, and do something like that. So here we have a very simple, you always click off it to deselect. Here, double click it, we check all our end points. Say, alright, that looks good. So basically we have a very simple Christmas ornament. Alright. Now you want to, from here, so you want to work with it. You want to put a holly leaf on it. Right? Just say. Let's go ahead and click up here, hold down the mouse, drag across, select all of these elements. Right? Left mouse click, group them, and now we can pull this aside. You just, because it's always going to be there for you. Right? You can open it back up. Right? Excuse me. It's early and I got allergies again. You look at it, you center it, say, you know what? So you just drag this. Let's go make a holly. All right? Let's go make a shape. Now, for a holly, I mean, you could go with a circle to start. You can go with a triangle. It all depends. I'm going to show you how to do it with a circle. Say that ain't a, Gary, what's wrong with you? That ain't a holly. No fill. Go to the line. Alright. I'm going to stretch it out. Alright, and then make edible. And from here, let's see. I want to make this a sharp point. Like that. That. Curve it. See, I'm messing up now because I'm under pressure. I want to get my point down here. Alright, and then this one, so I'm double clicking. I'm just trying to make a holly. Alright. Let's see, you can go that. Every time you create a sharp point, let's see this one, like that. I'm gonna make a sharp point like that. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing using waypoints, creating a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 6-pointed holly. Now, once you have this made, I know that this may not be your proportions. So you click off it, and then you could mess with the transfer the size and the shape of it. All right, you could do something like that. Uh, if say you wanted to work with different angles and what have you. We're going to go ahead and stick with that. All right, and from here you can drag in that side of the perspective as well as that side. From here you could also constrain it, make it any size you want. What I like to do, see, now this is not set in stone, because though it's an edible item, what I like to do is simply Shift Command 4, which brings up Shift Command 4 brings up the cross section. That's for copying an image. Like to swipe across, copy that. Now you hit that means it's copied. Now I'm going to paste it. And we have a pasted image here. You go into the image features. You remove the background. Make sure you reset. Sometimes it takes off too much. You say OK. You select the area around it. It turns blue. This is now creating an image with a transparent background. All right. The reason why you do that is you hit the constraint properties of. See, now I can make this any size I want. All right, that way as an image. And like, if you wanted to make changes in the holly, make it kind of more irregular, you can do that as well. That's kind of nice. I like. So what I'm getting at is the Pages app gives you so many neat features to do things. All right. Get rid of that. Now I like this. What you can do is you can copy it, paste it, drag it over here, and then resize it and drag it onto your design. And let's see, just make this a little bit bigger. We're gonna select it all, bring it over to the middle, just to make it easier. And here you see how you could see the line behind it. You want this to be layered in front. So you go to the fill and go to the color fill. With the color you can choose the white. But also in Pages, I'm getting off subject. Here I'm not done yet. Like, what you want to do is go ahead and arrange. You want to change the direction, how it is, right? So you want to bring it in like that. So you want to do something like that. Just kind of neat. Make it smaller. You can. And again, this is shown as a large image. So you say, it's kind of heavy. Let's rework it a little bit. bring it down like this. Let's see. Like that. This is all on the fly, so please bear with me. I mean, it can be easily done with pencil and paper as well. Right, I'm just showing you how to get this onto your design. All right, and from here you could copy this, paste it. Say, let's go flip it over. You do something like that if you want. And we're going to go ahead and send it to the back. Bring to the front. Bring to the front. You know, see, I'm fudging as I go here, but you get the idea. And you can move things around, you know, reshape them, resize them, all in Pages. You do something like that. So you know that's a little too big. Something like that. Now we have a hinge here. Those are all the things you can do. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move that aside. We're not happy with that. Go. You just kind of mess with it. So you're happy with it. You could select that, hit the delete button. There's too much going on. You select that and hit the delete button. It'll clean things up. Alright. Every time you hit the delete button, and then you can reshape it like that. You want a little bit of little curve to it. Do stuff like that. You hit that one, you delete that one. And you know, make it look like that. Or you can select off it, make it bigger. Say, hey, no, that's too awkward looking. Do something like that. I mean, there's so much you can do. Say, all right, I want to delete that, delete this. I got something going on here. I want to delete all that and get back to the basics here. Delete that. and so on. So you could take each waypoint and just delete it. And again, if you made a mistake, say, no, I kind of like that, I'm going to bring it back. You just hit that, right? And that's it. And basically, you make a small sun catcher like this, and using the right glass, it'll look really nice as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece Christmas ornament. All right. Now here, a good thing to do if you're working on pages, you're going to Shift Command 4. We're going to go ahead and hold the mouse down, hold it down, drag across, drag all of this. We're going to we could group that and go to New Page. It's already grouped. Copy it. It's the Command C. Paste it here. And now we're on a new page. What you can do is easily resize this to whatever size you want. And this also, it's retaining all of the elements of your design above. So say you have an issue, you can ungroup it, check that, you say, all right, need to tweak it a little bit. So we do stuff like that. Now Pages has another feature, style. You can go with an image fill. I would show you really quick. I have a bunch of glass images. You can, but it's not gonna work as well as other apps, and I'll explain. Let's see, we got greens. I'm gonna go with dark green. You can see it filled that. That's a shape. It filled that shape with the color. See, Pages will not fill segmented areas like this. It just won't. It's just these are lines with waypoints. This is this is that circle we brought in and we modified it. So it'll fill shapes. Alright? So we're not going to fill it because we're going to go with the color fill, the white, and make a pattern. Alright? And again, if you want to regroup everything, that'll allow you to make changes to it. Actually, it won't, because it won't allow you to change sizes of the whole thing. So what you gotta have to do is Shift Command 4, which will grab this as an image. And it gets a little complicated, but I'm going to go New Page, hit that. We're going to go ahead and remove the background. Always reset. It likes to take away too much. So now we have an image that can be easily manipulated. Like that. So here, I mean, I kind of like the Squatty Bell look. Well, like that. And then what you want to do is, say you want to make this 5 inches wide. All right, so range, it's 3.13. Hit 5, and being it's constrained, it's going to make it 5 by 6.09. We don't like when it's not perfectly lined up, so we make it 5 by 6, and now we can constrain it. So this will become in those proportions any size you want it. You literally can make this 10 feet tall if you want. I want to make it, keep it 5.5 inches wide. A nice size. You make it 5. If it may be too big, you can make it 4. Alright. Make it 4. And I mean, you could print it. You can also, if you want to make a publisher pattern, you can go ahead and save this whole thing as a JPEG. Add other things. You could put color editing like I do. You see on my patterns. You can number it. See this one, we could say, all right, we don't like that. We're gonna delete it. Now remember, we're in image format here, which that's what you want, because this is the working format. So basically, all your lines will, you could still work with them, right? There's no reason to keep it, because you can make a new one unless you want to save this as a template and go ahead and make more using that same shape. Or you could also say, this, you call this alright, whoops, we don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. We want to call it well, working. You give it whatever name you like. Alright, and then it'll save this, everything you have here, on your computer, so you can always pull it back. Alright? Alright, so we got it saved in the pages in my cloud. So it's going to call it Christmas Ball Working Pages. So you want to do is, alright, let's say, if say you want to make a pattern, right? You grab that, you copy it. Or you can copy it here. You can copy this whole page. You go File, New. So I'm making a document, like a pattern. And then we'll go ahead and we'll paste it here. We don't need that first page. You could do whatever you want with it. But here now I have an untitled page. I can go ahead and save it. Hit the Command S. I'm kind of jumping ahead. There's nothing here. So I have a folder called Etsy Patterns. I'm going to call it Xmas Bill. Alright, and it's going to save in a page format, which is fine because we can always bring it back and do things to it. In other words, go into another pattern you worked on. If you need elements like, say, the title, a barcode, a clickable web link, size, this, I kind of grab everything, and actually a number, right? Holding down the Shift key, you click all these elements, hit the Command, copy, it's going to copy it, and bring it back, excuse me, click anywhere on the page, just click it, and hit paste. Now what it's going to do is take all those elements for you, and what we could do is zoom down a little bit so you could see the page better. And clearly this is not First Love Teardrop. You want to call it what it is. It's called Xmas Bill. Some people don't like Xmas but that's the cross. Actually, it's very Christian. You have a, you can do that, and then any of these elements, like the number, you got number 1. Copy it, paste it, double click, 2, paste it. You have to always click off it, otherwise it's gonna paste it on top. Double click it, hit 3. It's gonna move along fast, and 5, and that's how you make your pattern, and you number it. And say folks don't want a version that's numbered, hit that, copy it, Command C, come over here, Command V, and that's pasting it without any numbers. Alright, and from here we're going to select, which is Shift Command 4, and we're going to put this in a clipboard. Alright, and we're going to head over to Pixelmator and make sure we're going to see that. This is something I worked on the other day. I'm going to go File, New from Clipboard. Just checking to make sure. It didn't like that. Look at the properties. There you go. There we go. We changed it over to the new one, the bell. Alright, and from here, in Pixelmator, you can drag it to resize it. Make sure it's still working. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I think you can. Let's double check. Alright. And then from here, I mean, you could actually, being you have it in Pixelmator, you can do some really good things. Change brush sizes, and for nudge tools, which allow you to do stuff like that. So I speak of this app all the time, and the reason being, and it's clear. You undo that. You can do so much. So I don't want a brush size that big. So what I want to do is just kind of round off the bottom of that thing, and then on the top. It's just those subtle little things make a difference. You say that's too much of a point. Or say you want to more of a point. You grab it, pull it down. There's just so much you can do. So you want to kind of change the shape of this a little bit. You say, well, that I liked that before, but I think it's a little too much. There's so much you could do with Pixelmator. Alright, and as well with the select tools, you can go, you can add effects, or you can actually select areas. We did here before. We'll go ahead and add effect. We're going to fill it. Image. Choose. It's slowing down because I got, it includes the same image here. You could change, you know, the direction. You could change the scaling of it. So you could do all of that. Say, alright, I like that. And then hit deselect because you don't want to select that. Select that. Select that. Say like the song Silver and silver and gold, right? Or blue and silver. So we have this one and this one selected. I'm going to go ahead and add effect. I apologize, I'm moving along very fast because constraints of video. Say we want blue, right? We want more of a Christmassy blue. Do something like that. Okay, that looks good. I like that color. And you want a gold in here. You go ahead and you hit that select tool, deselect, select it again so only this area is selected, and add effect. I'm going to choose actually I like this one. It's like a wavy amber. You bring it down, and then you could also change the opacity of it. You could also change the tinting of all this, you know, as you need it. So this is so much you can do. And here you want to add effect. I'm going to choose just a silvery color. See, clear. You can go with a clear ripple. Change it around. That's good. It doesn't matter. And then the opacity, and then the scale naturally. Alright, and that's it. That's how you make a pattern. Alright, I'm going to select all. So this is no longer selected. Or you can go Shift Command 4. Get inside this box. You know, grab that. And go back to pages. And this is your pattern for your printers. So you want to go ahead and, you know, your plotters. Paste it here. Now we're not done with this. You want to remove the background. But you want to reset it in case it went too far. Remove the background. So now we have an image with a PNG background. Alright, we want to take this, copy it, paste it, and as you can see it's the same exact as the colored image, but what we're going to do, have a little fun with it. Actually, I moved it. So I can't do that now because I should have went back and pasted this image. Too much demonstrating and not enough thinking. But anyway, that's how you do that. Alright, I just want to delete that. Let's save this for later. I'm going to put that up. I'll make a couple and make a new series of ornaments, Christmas ornaments. I just wanted to share what I do for patterns. Oh, it's too early and the coffee's strong. How to make a pattern in Pages. I mean, you could do it on paper with a pencil, and then you could scan it with your phone. That works too. You can also print this and make changes on paper, but you really no need to when you have everything right here. The waypoints, I mean, they're your waypoints. You're creating that line. You're putting it where you feel it should be. So whether it's on a computer done quickly for you, it really makes no difference than being on paper. Just that you don't have to erase it. You just click and move it. So it's not cheating to use a computer to design stuff. Now, if you're creating AI and just tracing over it in Photoshop, yeah, but that's it. And I hope I helped somebody. If I did, please hit the. I'm gonna go ahead and back here. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. My apologies. I do that a lot. More than I care to. What I was getting at is in here, the colored image was manipulated, so it won't line up with this one. But in any event, this is done. What I'm going to do is create more, maybe 3 more ornaments for this ornament set, and offer them on my Etsy page. But what I was getting at, if you liked the video, if it helped you out, if you have a Mac, if you say, how do pages work? How can I design a stained glass pattern on my Mac computer? And bottom line is, Pages is free. It comes on a computer. There's no charge for it. And once you learn the basics and get through the major hurdles of fear of what you're doing, I guess it's a good way of saying it. And once you start creating stuff, and people reward you by saying, "Yeah, I like that," or they could send you money, buy your patterns. It makes it all worth it. And again, after you do a couple patterns, you start getting really good at it, and you start coming up with design ideas, and they just fly right out of your thoughts right onto paper. And this was a simple bell with a holly leaf on it. I mean, you could do candy canes. You could do a lot of things in the Pages app, as well as draw something on paper and scan it in. You could do that. So with that, if you like the video, hit the big like button down below. Where is it? Down here, right? Down here somewhere. Down here somewhere. And if you haven't considered it, you should become a member of our channel. We have the most amazing member perks. I have to admit, I just like to give back. I like to, pay back to the community, and I'm giving stuff away. I'll probably give this pattern away, put it in my member-only cloud. I made a cloud just for my members for patterns. No charges. They're free. Here you go. Some really nice stuff too. Not garbage. And you get that. We do many giveaways. We have a giveaway of my teardrop pattern book, the $50 retail book. Giving that away in 3 days. We gave away cutters and handles. We're going to keep giving things away, and it's all going to be for members of the channel. On top of the fact that you're supporting the channel, which that's the best part, and you're supporting me. But I like to give it back. I mean, I also have the full teardrop and spinner patterns in digital PDF format for $10 a set. So if you get 100 patterns for $10, it's just unheard of. It's 10 cents a pattern, and that's one of the perks. I mean, I can't give that one away. That's just too much. I mean, I gotta make it look at least somewhat fair, because after a while people say, you're just giving stuff away. And it's like, I don't want to. I mean, I want to give stuff away, but I don't want to look like, I'm overdoing it. I think that's pretty fair. But I do I have a cloud for my members. So down here, hit that join button. It's only $2.99 a month as well. And yeah, I'm not stopping. I'm gonna more perks and more members, and the more our channel grows, we're probably gonna start giving away bandsaws soon. I mean, grinders. So become a member today. It's only $2.99 a month. All right, and with that, I'll let you go. Remember, hit down below, hit that like button, and most of all, give me a comment below. It's I love seeing my little notification come up. Somebody commented on your video. That makes my day. So I love it. It's like, I love it, or I hate it, or you're an idiot, I like you, whatever. You comment. I mean, as long as it's respectful. I mean, I've seen some comments. Hey, you gotta get rid of that. What's going on here? Yeah, please like and subscribe, and you could share the video as well. You take care, and have a really great day designing stained glass.